Matthew chapter 7 from verse 11. All right, let's start from verse 9. So Jesus said, or which man is there of you whom his son will ask bread and will give him a stone? So Jesus is saying that there's nobody among you here that if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I need bread, you will not give a stone. Nobody here. So what's the connection between stone and bread? Are you there? Because a stone may look like a bread, but it is not. So if somebody asks for a bread and you give a stone, indirectly what you have done is you have deceived the person. That is deception. Everything will look like bread until the person, bites it. That's when the problem will start. So giving a stone to a person instead of a bread is another way of deceiving the person. So when the devil came to Jesus, Matthew chapter 4, during the temptation, and he said, turn these stones to bread. Are you there? Jesus knew that he was trying to deceive him because your child will not come to you for bread and then you will give a stone. It's not possible. So from that statement that the devil made, Jesus knew that, oh, this one is a deceiver. Are we together? Not just your child now. No one will come to you for a bread that you will not give a stone. Are we together? So if you don't have, you better say you don't have. Not giving a stone instead of a bread. But you see, unfortunately, there are many people who are actually feeding on stones, but they don't know. They are even eating the stones with all joy because they have been told that that is their bread. So what is the difference between stones and bread? Now, bread is that which you eat unto life. And stone is that which you eat unto death. So the more you eat bread, the more you eat life, the more you take in life, the more you grow in life. But the more you take in stone, the more you eat death. And then the Bible says there's a way that seemeth good unto a man, but the end thereof is destruction. So the end of eating stones is that the eater will be destroyed. And you see, in this context now, spiritually speaking, both stones and bread, they look alike. When the devil gives you his stones, it looks like bread. As a matter of fact, it's very soft. But that thing is stone. So the stone there is not just about the stone there. It's not one hard thing. No. It's very soft. All these doctrines that some people teach now that makes you feel like you can sin and God will not do anything about it. That makes you feel like uh, God is accountable to you. All those kind of teachings. As you begin to obey them, it looks like life is easy. It looks like you are free. That is stones. Those things you are taking in, they are stones. Are you there? So stones can be very soft. Sometimes stones can even look softer than bread. Are you there? Because, if somebody is, when you begin to hear the truth is usually hard. Can't do this. Don't do this again. You're like, oh my God. What is this preaching going to turn me into? How can somebody do something wrong to me and I'll go and say sorry? What kind of message is this? That is hard. But you see, if it is stones, stones will say, if anybody do anything wrong to you, slap the person, beat the person up. If you cannot beat up the person, pay people to go and beat the person up. That looks more better, but that's stones. So sometimes stones, stones appears to be softer than even the bread. So stones in this context are those teachings that are not coming from the Spirit of God. Stones are the heresies. Are you there? The teachings that makes you, comfortable in your sin, in your inconsistency. That is the stones. Most of these people you see who are opening their body carelessly, they have a church they attend to. They have a church they attend, I mean. They have a place to go. They have somebody they call their pastor. But that's the way they are living their lives. You know why? They are being fed with stones. When you see those who are eating stones, you will know. Some of you have them around you. You just know that this one is eating stones. When you begin to eat stones, all your good values, the little value you have before, you will lose them. Before you start eating stones, you may not like lying. There are people that they are not children of God, but they don't steal. They don't just like it. So when you begin to take stones, oh yeah, all those bad things you are not doing, you will now increase in it. Why? It's because you are taking stones. Are you there? Now, but you see, bread is what you need because that one is unto life. Stones you don't need because it is unto death. It is stones is that way that seems good unto a man whose hand is destruction. That way is the way of the stones. Because stones are the devil's empowerment. Are you there? To help a man journey or walk on the path of destruction. That's why you see some people, they are doing the wrong thing, they are walking on the wrong path, and they are not ready to listen to you. They want to continue walking there. Why? It is because they are eating stones. There are people who are even doing something bad, and then you try to talk to them about it. They will still be bold to open the Bible and justify that terrible thing they are doing from the scriptures. You know why? They are eating stones. Are you there? So the fact that a man is teaching every day doesn't necessarily mean that he's even giving you bread. Are you there? He can be giving you stones. A man can be committed to feeding people with stones. So the commitment of the preacher to the preaching does not authenticate or doesn't prove that what is being taught is correct. Are you there? So don't be fooled by, oh, this person is teaching every day. No. You need to check the content of what is being preached. What is the impact of this thing in my life? Since the day I've been obeying this thing that this person is preaching, what have I become? So when you check what you are becoming and you check the scriptures and you see that it's like I'm becoming more Christ-like, then you know that's bread. It's bread the man is giving you. But somebody is teaching every day. Somebody has a lot of messages online, and you have been following the teachings for some time now. And then you just discover that you are becoming more terrible by the day. You are now more comfortable to do certain things you still fear. Now nobody mean anything to you. At least before you are still scared of doing some terrible things, but now you are no longer scared. That teaching just took away the fear that you have for ungodliness. Now you can do any ungodly thing without even feeling bad about it. Okay? What you are eating is stones. That person you are listening to is feeding you with stones. There are a lot of stone givers around. Some of them have a lot of followers online. Some of them teach every week. Are you there? Some of them do a lot of programs and they gather a lot of people. But you see, what they are giving are stones. Stones. Let me share something with you. Something happened yesterday. It's possible that this our precious sister is also maybe following this teaching now. She will know that she's the one I'm talking about. So not too long after I finished preaching in the morning, then I saw one of our sisters. She just changed her profile picture to something, and then, of course, I believe God wanted me to see it because ordinarily I should not have even noticed that, because I have some things to attend to. So she just changed her profile picture to something, and I just checked the profile picture, and from that profile picture I knew that okay, this is pointing to something that has happened. Are we together? Maybe something not good that happened. So this profile picture is a way of remembering something, not very good that has happened. And I know I've done a teaching on something like that before, saying that you don't meditate on the things that the devil has done, whether through somebody close to you or through anyone that is yielding to him. You only think on the thoughts of God. Philippians 4:8. Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, whatsoever things are honest, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. So I thought on that, how that you are not to think on, the wrong things that people have done to you. Because the more you do that, the more your heart gets polluted. Don't even remember it. So I knew that thing the sister did was a way of, remembering something that somebody did that was not good to her, something like that. So I knew, but I now dropped a message for her just to confirm. And then she said, one sister did something to me, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. With all the teachings, you are still doing this. Are you supposed to be thinking on something negative? Are you even supposed to remember something like that? Your heart should only think God's thoughts, not any other thing. So I now told her, okay, you are going to be disciplined. I said, now, from today, you are going to preach to 7 people and you will do it for 7 days. And on daily basis, you'll be sending your reports to me. If you, for example, the report will be maybe, okay, sir, I met 6 sisters, 2 brothers, 4 brothers, 3 sisters. So I said, in that order, you send your report to me from today, and your discipline is you're going to preach to 7 people per day, and you will do that for 7 days. And if in any of those days you are unable to reach out to up to 7 people, you are going to start again. She said, okay. So although she was trying to explain, sir, it's not like that, sir. Later she said, okay. And then she now went out because she wants to obey the instruction. So she went out and tried it, and then I guess the thing was very hard. Although she was able to reach out, but it was a lot of stress for her to reach out to some people, and some of them, their reactions were not very good. So she felt like, no, I can't continue this. So she dropped a message for me. I said, sir, please, I beg you in the name of Jesus, I will not do it again. Sir, I've done today's song, but it's not really easy. But please, I beg you. If you see the way she was begging me, it was as though I asked her to go and commit sin. That she's now saying, please, I cannot commit sin against God. In my mind, I was like, what is this? Are we together? Now, what am I trying to bring out from there? When you begin to take stones, one thing about stones is you will not always want to do practical. There's some teachings you listen to that to do practical will be hard. Are you there? You know, people love to just be listening to things and then they are jotting. But to say go and do practical, are you getting what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. Oh, they know that sinners must be saved. But say go and preach. Then they will say, I should get what I'm saying. So I was wondering yesterday, I said, Jesus, how has preaching to other people, how has it become a very heavy load? Are we together? So when I ask people to do things, are you there? I also give them opportunity to disobey. If I say go and do this, this is your discipline for doing this, and you say okay, sir, and you don't even do it, and you did not send any feedback to me, I may not even ask you. Why? Because to me, I will just believe, okay, you have chosen to disobey. So there are always choices. You can choose to obey and you can choose to disobey. But the truth is, when we obey godly instructions, it may not be convenient, because while she was sending the audio to me yesterday, I could discern. I know she was stressed, she was tired, and she was sincerely begging, please, I will never do it again. She spoke in English. She ended it with Yoruba. Hey, Josa. In my mind, I'm like, Jesus. Is it this? So this sister is begging me now to escape this evangelism. I told her, I said, don't beg me. If you try it again, if you beg me again, you will start all over again. So don't beg me. Just face your discipline. Can you see that? So there are some things that you will be eating that will make it very hard, are you there? If not almost impossible for you to reach out to others with the gospel. But you begin to take in stones. If it's stones that you are eating, the day they will ask you to go and do practical, you will beg with your life. Say, please, I beg. And then what did they ask you to do? Preach to your friend. And then you'll be begging as if somebody wants to shoot you. Are you there? So taking stones kills your appetite to take the gospel to the world. It kills your appetite to practicalize or to live out the truth that you have received. And you see, if you can't live it out, then what's the beauty there? You see, the major problem we have is not really that people do not even know the truth. It is acting it out. The place of living it out, that's where the problem is. So taking stones, you see, let me tell you something. A stone preacher, a stone preacher may, may still tell you some things that are actually true. Are you there? But there's a way he says it. I need to water down the essence of the message, because he is a stone preacher. He's a giver of stone. And God doesn't give stones, God gives bread. Are you there? For example, somebody say, it's good to reach out to people. Please, let's try to reach out to people. But you don't have to stress yourself in the process. So please, but are you there? So there's a way he's saying it, and he, by himself, he's also watering it. He's saying it. It's just like somebody trying to start a fire, and the same person starting the fire is also quenching the fire. He's also putting it out. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's the case. So if you check what you are becoming, you will know what you are taking, whether it is stone or bread. So Jesus is now saying that you cannot come to a father for bread and he will give you stone. It's not possible. You know what that means? That means God does not give stones to people. God doesn't feed people with stones. So if you discern, if you check yourself well, and you observe that, it's like, based on this teaching now, it's like I've been eating stones. Are you there? You know what that means? God has not been the one feeding you all this while. Although the person feeding you with stones may be shouting in the name of Jesus, may even say, let's open our Bible to, he or she may be reading from the Bible. The fact that they are reading from the Bible does not mean they are giving you bread. Some of those things are still stones. Are you there? You can give stones even from the Bible. Are you there? When you teach from the Bible, what you don't understand, what are you giving? You are giving stones. Are you there? That's it. When you try to see, that is why the preacher must stay on the word of God and ensure that he or she gets the right interpretation from it. You must trust God for light each time you read the Bible so that you will not give stones to people. When you begin to misinterpret the Bible, what are you doing? That's giving stones. That's equals to giving stones. It means you are giving stones. Yes, when you begin to misinterpret the Bible, you are giving stones to people. That's what it means. That's basically what it means. So let's be careful. We are not called to give stones to people. We are called to give bread. So as a minister of God, you are to give what God gives. And if God doesn't give stones, you should not give stones. Are we together? Meanwhile, that my precious sister, I'm not saying that she's taking in stones. Are we together? What I'm saying is that I'm just using that reaction to describe the kind of reaction that you are likely to have. Are you there? If the form that you are becoming is not the right form. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that's it. Because she still chose to obey even when it was hard, and that's a good sign. Are you there? But you see, disobedience will be easy if what you are taking is stones. That's why some people, the easiest thing for them to do is to disobey instructions. It's not their fault, though. It is actually the nature of what they are taking. They are taking stones, so there's no way they will obey. Obedience will be hard for them because they are busy taking stones. So check what you are feeding on. You see, you can be fed with stones, one, and you can also pick up stones yourself and eat it. Let me give you an example. You see, when you are reading the Bible, or when you are listening to a teacher, you don't understand what is being said or what you are reading, please ask questions. Are you there? Because if you don't ask questions and you just cook up one meaning for yourself and you just say, okay, this is what it will mean, you may be, that thing is equal to you picking stones yourself and eating it. Are you there? People are feeding you with stones is when somebody is teaching you something wrong. But you eating stones yourself is when you sit with the thing. You are the one in charge of the thing, and yet you don't even care to go for explanation. You just assume this is the meaning. It means you are feeding yourself with stones. Can I tell you something? Most of the times, this is how it happens. This is the progression. The devil will assign somebody who will feed you with stones so that you can be empowered to eat stones yourself. Can I tell you something? Let me tell you something. Let me show you something. When you are continually being fed with stones, are you there? You will suddenly start eating stones yourself. Your personal devotion will now be you picking up stones yourself because those things you have heard, those wrong teachings that you have been taught, would have formed a mindset in you. So the day you now sit to even read, to study yourself, it is still stones you will be eating because you will be interpreting from that wrong light that you have been given. So the devil will assign people to feed you with stones so that you can be bold to sit down with stones yourself and feed on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? but the Lord is helping us in Jesus.